Good morning, it's Asher from Conscious Creators, and today I wanted to share with you a little bit about the unconscious personal narrative, which is kind of the storyline. It's like our idea or our reasons for things. It's the meaning that we attribute to our experiences as we move through life. They're kind of stored within our mind in a storyline format, and they give us some degree of feeling of control or self-determination. We have no hand in really deciding what's happening in our external reality, but what we do have control over, and what Jesus talked about, was that the secret place within our minds. And so there's the battle that's going on within each of us is between the real secret place, which is the connection, that place where the human mind meets God consciousness or creative consciousness. And then there's the unconscious, which we liken in Conscious Creators to, it's like storage in a smartphone or memory in a computer. It just stores all the sensory impressions that we have or that we encounter as we move through our journey in this human body. And as we start to accumulate experiences, we start to formulate ideas and arrive at decisions. And each time we make a decision, a belief is born. And each time a belief is born, it's another brick that we've placed on the wall between us and a personal relationship with what I call God consciousness or collective consciousness, with that loving and wise creative energy that is in every single atom that comprises this realm. And so as we start to arrive at decisions and build our beliefs, this narrative becomes more and more concrete. We become more and more set in our ways and sure of what it is that we believe. And as you can kind of see people walking around who are completely up in their head and stuck in their narrative. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like just a security blanket. It's just a way for them to dissociate or detach from a shared reality that they believe they have no hand in changing, and they feel basically victims of. So they want to escape it, and so they go into their head and they create this narrative, and this narrative starts to replace their connection to truth. So I wanted to share one little section from the unconscious narrative portion of the Unconscious Creator section. So it goes like this. Flip on any episode of Hoarders to gain a clearer understanding of what purpose our narrative serves. The hoarder has a plan, story, and reason for everything in their collection, no matter how this may appear to the skeptical onlooker. Others see the hoarder's precious keepsakes as trash and filth. What's the difference? What makes the same item trash for one man and treasure for another? Well, quite simply, it's the meaning that the individual places upon the item. This is the way our personal narrative works as well. There is no room for new treasures to find us if we use all of our creative energy supporting stories about empty tuna cans. The more we hoard, either material or mental scraps, the less space there is for anything else to come into our life. Sure, the thoughts we have supported over the course of our life may be familiar, like the surroundings of a broken down estate is for a hoarder. But do these thoughts fulfill our fundamental needs, or merely distract us from the intolerable thoughts we support within our minds? And so this draws a direct correlation between, we talk a lot in Conscious Creators about attachment addiction. And so, yes, we have these external attachments to different mechanisms, such as sex or love or codependence or materialism. But those are literally just what we're trying to medicate or regulate our emotional dysregulation from being attached to this inner narrative, to these inner ideas, to this inner meaning that we've attributed to our experience. And we weren't born with all this meaning. We've had to carefully construct this narrative throughout our lives, and it's the one thing that we put more energy and more time and more resources into this one particular creation, this internal narrative, than anything we've done on the outside. It's our longest standing creative project. And so anytime, as you know, when you've been in a relationship or a business that's failing or a relationship that's failing, well, if you've invested a lot of time and energy into that relationship, well, you're invested in it. And so with this investment, it's really hard to just let go and move on from it. So we're very invested in this narrative, and we have an investment in being right about it. And we also have an investment in making other people wrong who disagree with it. And you see this playing out in every arena in the physical realm every day, from the political arena to sports to religion to the Kardashians. It's happening all around us. People are constantly trying to make others wrong or prove themselves to be right based on what they believe inside this narrative. And what it's doing is it's breaking down our organic connection to a shared reality for us to actually join in together and share in a reality together. And I just wanted to share a little bit about that with you today. Thanks.